it must be fun to be back with your buddy Wim Wenders.
Yes, and he has such a fine film, Pina, in 3D. Unbeknownst to each other, we made films in 3D
at the same years. I was
going
to ask you about that.
We didn't know about each other's project, and all of a sudden here we are, and for very, very substantial and logical reasons we made 3D films.
You had a compelling reason the day you stepped into that cave.
And so did he. So it's a very legitimate, or almost, he was waiting for 20 years to make a film, never knew how to do it. All of a sudden, there's a film in 3D out. It was not Avatar, I think it was a concert film, U2 in 3D, which I never saw, but he saw it, and it all of a sudden, revelation, I have to do this dance film in 3D. And I had this kind of revelation the first time I entered into the cave, just to check out what the technical problems were. And I thought from photos that I had seen that it was basically flat walls or slightly irregular walls. But what I see is there's wild bulges and niches and rock pendants. And the artists 32,000 years back in time utilized it for an effect in their art. There's a bulge, and now it's the neck of a bison that is coming at you, and it's just, it was all of a sudden, it was clear it had to be done in 3D.
Would you do it again, or only if the story called for it?
Only if there's a necessity for doing it. For example, doing Into the Abyss in 3D would be ridiculous.
It would be
it would be disturbing
silly.
To do it. It would be silly and disturbing. You wouldn't do it in 3D. All the projects that I have at the moment are not really projects for 3D, which is kind of okay. I feel comfortable.
But I feel like you've set a model for an entire generation of filmmakers. You know, it's so difficult to get films made today, and I think you were the first one who really showed that you could just do fiction and non-fiction. You could go back and forth.
And shorter subjects.
Yes.
And you see, this is what I'm, probably know that I established my own film school, the Rogue Film School, and I try to somehow implant in the hearts of the students, no matter what the system and the industry is doing, if you really have a clear vision and a wonderful project, it will be done. And you can earn $10,000 as a taxi driver. I keep telling them work as a bouncer in a sex club, or work as a guard in a lunatic asylum. Go out where there's real life, travel on foot, learn how to pick locks, learn how to forge a document, because some of my films were only possible because I forged a shooting permit, like for Fitzcarraldo. Everything was military around these rivers, and I was not allowed to move my ship. So I brought a document, a shooting permit that was even signed by El Presidente de la República, the president of the Peruvian Republic, Belaunde. Of course, I did the signature and I did the text, but the coronel, the colonel, looked at it and read a few paragraphs and sees the signature and salutes and say, "Move on." And I could do my film. So those are the things. Become self-reliant. You can do a feature film for $10,000 nowadays. There's no complaint. I do not accept the culture of complaint. The industry is so stupid, and they do only films over $100 million. Let them do it. There's a legitimate reason. There's a legitimate, clear reason for doing huge, big projects for a mass audience. Totally okay. But if you have something very special that the industry is not ready to do, just become self-reliant. Just do it. You cannot come to me. I'm the last one who would be an addressee for your complaint. Stop complaining. Do it.
Thank you. Thank you. That's perfect.